Here we go. It is a cold night, Ross Collins. It is a bitterly cold night here at this undisclosed location at an address we won't say, in a city we don't know, in a state nobody ventures to go to. Tell you what, folks, you don't want to be in where we are sometimes. Scary world out there. Scary world. I'll tell you, Ross Collins, what a wild time it's been. Not just over the course of the last month. I mean, let's not forget what's been going on at Nationals and everything else. Of course, let's not forget what's been going on with yourself, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Number 3. All right.
Yeah.
Does that complete the trilogy? Or can
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. All right. We can confirm all rumors. All right. He's finished, he says. He's tapping out. He's done. He's kaput. Capiche, kapa, kaboom, kabam. No more. No go for Ross Collins.
Yeah, that's it.
3. Number 3. Congratulations, sir. Proud of you. Proud of the lady. Proud of everybody here in this area, you know. Big shout out. Big shout out. Anyways, anyhow, anywho, welcome to tonight's show. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. You know, for myself, 25 years this year will be to when I first discovered a game of 9-man flag football. You know that, Ross Collins? Huh?
Sounds old.
I feel old, Ross, every morning. Trust me. I'm just getting simply older and older of each passing year. So I had a message from you according to this. Okay, let me see what Ross says in this message. Oh, you chimed in. Hey, Ross has something to say. Let's see what Ross Collins has to say. Ross, what's up? What do you got to say tonight? Get ready to go to bed. All right. But you know what? Why are you tired? Yeah, you got a point, man. Like, as somebody who's never had a kid, I can totally tell you I don't understand. So, like, completely get it. But you know what I do get, though? I do get the fact that we have been on a wild ride these last 25 years in the sport of 9-man flag football and the way it's grown. You know, excuse me, that is not contagious, by the way. We apologize for that. That will never happen again. You gotta do a retake for that. You gotta do the whole thing all over again. You know what that means, Ross?
Move on.
Yeah, we move on. You know what? Go back to when I first started as a kid, 1997 fall season, Marty Snook Park. Who can remember that year? You go back to it. This over at the kids' field, a little bit down the ways from the adult field, as we call it. Of course, you've already seen it over the years. Hammers in the red. The game itself played differently back then. See if anybody recognized any of the players in this game. You recognize anybody, Ross? Anybody standing out to you? No, not at all.
Is that out there somewhere?
He's the center, number 59 for the Hammers.
There you go.
We're out here. Actually, I'm wearing the TBT Hammers tribute shirt tonight, or hoodie rather, along with the rest of the back wall. Check it out: Broad Axe, Mayhem, AFN, ADR, Mack Truck Bulldogs, and X Dogs. Mayhem sitting in for Misfits because I couldn't locate a purple Misfits jersey. I could have brought my own, but I was kind of half-assing that there. That's my bad. But take a look at these old school 9-man flag football days in the WCFFL. Much different time it was up in Hagerstown. Back then, Washington County only ran about one season per year. That was the fall season, which was the case all the way from the league's incarnation in 1970 all the way until later days as well. 1970. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Makes you feel old, doesn't it? When you think back over the years of how far back this whole thing goes. Like
Long time ago.
you go back, way back, way back, way back. Like 9-man itself as a sport, we've seen footage from the 90s as well. We've seen 2000s. I'm actually trying to get something to pop up right now, but it's being a pain to download at the moment. Always a complication when it comes to these apps, and you're trying to get it to work last second. You know what? But let's fast forward 10 years later, because I was only there for a bit of a flash of the pan, 97 to about 2001. That's when about I dipped out of all of it. I ended up playing football as a kid instead. Dad didn't really take me out there much after that. But, over the years, the league persisted and carried on. Take a look back at this video. We'll keep the audio down, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Gold's Gym 2007. They're in the yellow. This franchise started out in 1996 in the Washington County Flag Football League. A lot of famous players, I should say. I can't even talk to save my life right now. Played on that team over the years, including our own Don Brown, who was a player on that team way back in the day. Check this footage out, though. You got to love it. Vintage 9-man circa 2007. Oh, look at that cut. That was sweet. I love this footage. I love this old school footage. This is the stuff that you love to see. I don't know if Don was around during this time yet. If you were, Don, let us know. This is the 2007 fall season for Gold's Gym, just before they were rebranded the PG Hitmen for the 2008 season. After that, that was their last year. 07 was with them as the Hitmen. They played a long time in this league. They're one of those teams that not many people realize still in some regards have a lot of its traces in the forms of other teams. After the PG Hitmen and Gold's Gym ended in 2012, in came Storm. Storm played a season in the Washington County Flag Football League up until 2014 when the Nighthawks came around. But, before that, however, the Gold's Gym PG Hitmen, along came another team that added to the mix, along with Miller Lite at the time and the X-Dogs, who helped round out this Washington County Flag Football League back in the early 2010s. I'm talking about the Red Knights. Here we go. Look at this coin toss. We're going way back here. Wow. Andy looks good in that at the beginning. He's in good shape, though. He's like probably 220 at that point. That's a hell of a throw. Damn. Those are the vintage Red Knights shirts. That's the ones I wore in Virginia Beach. The red with the gray numbers and stripe. See what we got. Andy's about, I want to say 20, maybe 37 here. Fairly young still. Facing off against red versus black. See a glimpse of the sidelines. Referees wearing green shirts in this time period. Much different era. That was the referee shirt back in the day, too, when I first arrived. Check out this who's who of everybody on the sideline. This was about 2011. From what the date says, this is the week 1 kickoff of the regular season. At the time, Washington County still only had the fall league. Here you're getting a good look. Oh, wow. Damn. Nice pick. If that stands, did that stand? It did. That was good. That was legit. Did you see that, Ross? Of course not. You there now? Yeah, this is retro. There's a lot of grass in Marty Snookum this time, is there? I kind of thought what hurt it was as time went on, we had so many more games throughout the day, coupled with the long quarters. You end up playing like so many 9-man games in one day on one field. It could take its toll very quickly. I think we saw that hit over time. I love the fact PG Hitmen were one of the first teams to really film their game on a regular, consistent basis. You know, I always heard the stories that they used to have game day studies of tape after the games on Sundays, which I always loved the tradition to get guys together, get them to work on stuff. That's old school 9-man game planning. That's that element of strategy that like a lot of teams severely lack nowadays. You know what? We're going to go to another one. We're going to vintage. I'm going to turn the commentary on and everything for it. PG Hitman Red Knights. Classic.
They did fast when you do a spark. What's that mean?
They did facts. I don't know, Ross. Let's see with this one. Oh, yeah. Week 1, fall 2014. My first week in Washington County. Survivors in the white,
And
the blue.
good speed.
Yeah, good speed.
Oh boy, dead ball, dead ball.
Gosh, my commentary was on point back then, right? Yeah, this is me trying to coach. You know, coaching is in quotations here. I wasn't the head coach at the time. The quarterback's dad.
There we go, Garcia.
All right, there we go. That's where Nick got wiped out and then looked at us and said, why didn't you tell us he was coming? That's when the league started to make a turn, though. 2014 fall season saw a lot of new life get poured into the league. Survivors, while we didn't have an excellent first season, we did have a lot of guys who were there at the beginning that ended up being key pieces later on throughout different teams in the league. Maybe not at the beginning here, but like as a franchise.
That's not pulling up.
This helped put the lead to 6 teams. You know, Ruckus came in the same year. Storm became Nighthawks around this time. This was more like right at the beginning of the dynasty. This is when the dynasty was really starting to take off for this franchise. You know, we talked about it. X-Dogs were the team from 08 to 11. Miller Lite took that man on in 2012. And every effort strong. This is their 3rd year at the time running. And as you can tell, look at just how smooth this offense is executed. It's too easy. Big Mike in the right side. Not beatable or guardable in any way, shape, or form. We stood no chance that day. But you know what? The best part about that fall 2014 season was it began the promise of a new beginning for the Washington County Flag Football League. So much so that the fall, or the spring rather, of 2015 brought it to a whole new level. Turn this up. Love the speech.
There's a trophy being presented by Cody Field. Motherfucker, if you can't get into these ball games, this is the one we want. We've sat here and we've practiced. The whole fucking season was practice with this game. With this game. Offense. I know junior's arm is done, right? It's okay to feel that means Jesse, you're going to get some time over
Lights, Miller Lite / Broad X. At the time, Miller Lite was in transition.
You know that no huddle we put in the beginning of the fucking
fast
season?
forward in.
Whoa, man.
I'll slow it out.
Whoa, man.
What's up? Yeah. Fireball in the house. And what do we got?
This is before the days of Facebook Live, so they were still putting things on camera phones back then to film for regular. In 2015, first ever game. Miller Lite at the time, they're coming in, 3rd championship. We had beaten the Red Knights in the fall prior. Knights were trying to get a
Trevor
here. Knights were about, I would say, a couple months removed, from being second place at Hagerstown in 2015. And they were also about a year and a half away from their national title appearance in 17. Hard to think, Ross, it's about a year before you got here. Hey, Mike in the end zone, so hard to cover still. I didn't do commentary with Josh, that's why it was all dead silence. I didn't think anybody would understand commentary here. I think it might be weird that some dude just talking over this film. Wow. That was a joke. This is a cool game. I'm going to, this is kind of an improv show. They had an idea to talk earlier, but it's not an improvising. But that was looking back to that stuff.
You slippery snake.
It sounded like Scholar. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna sit through the whole one. Started raining toward the end of this game. Yeah, Miller Lite went on to win this 42-20. After that, we expanded a little bit. We doubled in teams. We went from just Ruckus, Nighthawks, Miller, Axe, and X-Dogs and Knights to adding Market Street Mayhem to going out there and being able to bring in top soldiers. Yeah. To Survivor splitting off and the Bearcats forming. We had a faulty start to expansion at first. But, you know, we persevered. We continued going. We expanded. We grew. We added more guys. Time went on. And then, you know, the uncut era itself began. Ironically enough, like, in many ways, had the wrong film. Oh, well. What's that, Ross? I call it that because that's when, like, everything started going more viral. That's when everything became more online based. We stopped being a league that was mostly just filmed.
The Red Knights will start the game on offense. Broad X on D. Here we go, folks. Kicking off the very first quarter of this game.
Yeah.
Number 1, Broad X. Number 3, Red Knights.
And I think it was these two teams who were the ones. Who better than these two that were the best rivalry of the time period of the league? This marquee matchup we had May 21st, 17. That's when the era, I feel like some of the best talent in recent years stepped in. Don't get me wrong. We always had the talent in this region. But I feel like some of the games and action were on a whole other level after this one. Little hard to watch, I understand, because of the way it was shot back then. We'll have some more film of that later in the year.
And that's going to bring up 4th down.
But who could forget, though?
Screen on the back end. He's going to run. Does he have much space? No, he's still coming.
This commentary
Let's
is
see if he
so
can do it. He's
darn
going
good.
down the
Oh
field.
my God.
Big play here. He's
Is this where I got in the way of Don?
Oh, and that's going to be, they're going to call it.
Yep, I got Don's way.
Not go for the flag. Somebody call that.
Yep. Oh my God, I remember that shit. Don was livid, Tom was livid. I was like shaking because I was like, ah, shit, I just screwed that whole thing up. That was
Second
so
down
bad.
in the gun.
I did. That was like my first major screw up on the field. First of like millions and millions and millions.
And a big conversion for our first
But
down.
then, you know, things really changed.
And it's
that
going to be a
fall.
big offsides. Free play. Going to fire it downfield. And bat it away.
TNT and Chris
In the
Boone
gun. Hoffman going to fire to the side.
came onto the
Got a
scene.
completion. Along the sidelines. They are going, and it's
so
going to be
good.
another first down, I believe.
The
Hoffman in the gun.
affiliate.
4 wide receiver.
And what started out as a very
Are they number 1, or is it still TMT?
Number 1, Joey.
fast forward to it. Collar on the call. Who can forget this game? October 2017, AFN,
Foster,
AT&T.
great flagpole. Sosa snap.
A lot of
Middle
guys
of the
like this
field.
go on.
Weinbrenner with
Two
an
teams just
incompletion.
sitting
It
out
hit
there
him off
today
the
doing a lot of
chest.
work.
Ooh, it's on an early count. Throws it back to the back like they do. Double pass, new guy. Launch. Launch. He caught it. He's gone. My man Q. He got the flag. He's down. He's down at the 2. To back.
Chris Boone stepping on the scene earlier.
And that's a surefire catch.
I
Right
would've
there.
yelled,
He's got good
he
hands.
was
Clean out
impossible.
immediately. Yep.
Like,
Ooh,
for the
fake
defenses
got
down
him.
here-
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you gotta think,
shit.
you had a larger
Oh.
power-based defense during this time period in this area.
Got
There was more
him.
power than there was
Got
speed.
him. Real fast.
And
That's a good
I
option.
think when
Good
Chris,
blocking.
quarterbacks like Chris
Get rid
Boone
of
and
the
Dave
ball.
Sosa came in, it really
Ooh,
shook up the
great
dynamic
flag
of this
push.
league's defenses.
Backside under. Oh, he's launching.
Suddenly you have to account for
He's open.
guys
He's
who can
wide
move in
open. Who's
ways
guarding
that
him?
your D line
Who's
is
guarding him? Oh, that's Larry. Larry tapped his shoulder and said it's on him. Oh man, he was wide open.
He was
That's a
wide
great
open.
Play.
Yeah, play. Boone on the
Catch missed
pitch.
the flag.
Look at his fake. Look at Chris Boone on his fake.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn Boone. Damn Boone. He just damn Larry.
And unfortunately, I wasn't there that day. I was in Cedar Park. Yeah, I regret it. Trust me.
Larry out there getting
You
nasty.
were there. That was the cake party.
Looking at Larry the whole way.
Good times.
Sack.
Wish I was there for
Rushes.
this.
Coming. That's a good play. You gotta touch him. He's gotta be touched. He's gotta be touched.
You know, Ross, the fun went on from there. Who, of course,
Good flag pull.
could forget what was to come the next season? And that 2018.
Let's go! Every play 100 mile an hour. You get beat, you get your fucking head up, you make the play. Let's go! Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got my back? I got your back. Bring it in here, baby, bring it in. Let's go! Let's go! Don't hold nothing back. Don't hold nothing back. Warriors on 3. Warriors on 3. 1, 2, 3. Warriors!
I get chills every time.
Wow! Huh?
Top gun.
McClain. Man in motion at Sigler. Snap. Show. Pass.
Warriors
McClain
Top Gun.
incomplete.
2018.
From the pistol.
And
Motion. Sigler. Snap. Show.
What's
And he's
that,
going to be
Ross?
sacked by Tyler
Pointy
Cobb.
over there.
3rd down and 2 sticks after the language violation on the Warriors. Snap. Show.
Might actually.
Throws complete. Brandon McClain coming right to you live. Brandon McClain running down the
You know
field.
what? I found a quicker version of this video for the benefit of the audience.
John Shobe
There we go.
down to about the 21-yard line. First down Warriors.
Warriors in the white, Top Gun in
tight
the
end
camo.
set.
Who can forget this rivalry?
Snap. Show.
This was a battle every
Steps
single
up.
time.
Running it himself. John
Shotgun
Show turning
and
to the right.
Warriors
John Show spinning
were
away.
two
John
of some
Show
of the
still
best
going. And a first
head-to-head
down for the
matchups in
Warriors.
this league. Every matchup
Snap.
came down to the
Show.
wire. Remember, your first win was against Top
Throws
Gun.
complete. Brandon McClain coming right to you live.
Brandon McClain coming out.
Running down the
McClain
field,
has some wheels
flag
back
pulled
there.
down. But a big conversion, another
Yeah.
big conversion for the
It was
Warriors.
like it was a lot of tough, hard-nosed competition. Like you guys respected each other,
First and
but it
10.
was also
First
a
and
matter
goal,
of just
Show.
going out there and facing them.
Running around, he does
It was
this
competitive but
as well as
fun.
anybody in the game, right in front of us.
Banana of all people with that catch.
Warriors! Yeah!
I know it was right the
Extra
rail.
point, good. Side for Miller. Man in motion, Brining, low snap. Miller going to his right. Brock Klein coming for him. Ricky Miller fires. Bobbled. Caught! Gary Little!
Brock always has some. Remember, he actually repeated the whole Ricky
Snap.
thing with Devin Red
Show.
with TBT a few years
Fires up
ago.
the Sigler. Andy Sigler. Still around. down, still going, and finally pulled down by Schaefer. First down and goal, Warriors.
I like this game because of the fact that, to me, it epitomized
Snap.
a really good rivalry
Show.
matchup between
Going
two
to his
teams
right.
that, while
John
ADR
Shope still
and
going, turning up.
AFN were
Shope
circuit-based, these two
pulled
teams were
down
very
about the
much
4-yard
based,
goal.
more invested in
Field goal
league
attempt for
play.
Brock Klein.
And
It's
honestly,
up,
though,
and
I
it's
felt like had these two
good.
teams
Yes,
played the tournament
sir.
locally, they
10
could have done a lot of work
Warriors.
together, or even separate
And
against
emotion
whoever they
is
would have
Brandon.
faced. The
Snap
talent
on
in these
low.
squads were
Miller
very much real in this era.
throws complete. Gary Little
Gary
across
Little
the middle.
across the middle.
Gary
How
Little
often have you heard
still
that call
going.
over?
He's gonna get a first and a lot more.
Gotta always love him when you hear that
Snap. Miller going to his left. Gonna cut back to his right with Brock Klein
Ricky to the
pursuing.
right.
Can Brock get to him? Ricky Miller still running. Ricky Miller taking off. And he's gonna go down about the 20 before the half. Snap. High kick is beautiful and good. So at halftime, the score is Warriors 10, Top Gun 3.
You guys had an absolute.
Fourth down. Smith will punt. It's a high and
You
deep
know
one.
what?
To McLean it goes. Brandon
I ain't
McLean
gonna
coming
lie,
down to the
though.
right side. Brandon McLean coming right toward us.
If
Brandon
there
McLean
was a
turning
team
upfield. From the
that
pistol, man
I
in
could
motion,
say
it's
was
McLean.
ever
Go
dominant,
snap,
the-
Shope.
Unsupported format. Well, thanks a lot there, Zoom. Way to go. I actually had the cut ready to go, so I can't play it here. Oh, okay. Unsupported format. I've never seen that before. Okay. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, that's bad. If there was ever a team, though, that I always felt like put in the work, no matter who the matchup was, it was, I supported format again. All right. Well, Zoom's being stupid. But, ADR, TMT, AFN, Mayhem Misfits, Broad X, Ruckus, Sex Dogs, Red Knights program. We've had a lot of great teams over the years. We had a lot of great players over the years. Look at the guys we've had travel abroad: Chris Boone, Cannon Hall, Lurie, Tyler. You've seen what the Misfits Showtime guys have done across the circuit. You've seen what a lot of guys locally have done over the years. The legacy put together by Matt Eisenberg and Tom Hoffman and George Nunn. Those men have withstood the test of time over the years of putting the work towards this league. You take a look at the guys who sprung up and were oddities that nobody thinks about on terms of impact players, but Justin Fox and what he did in Washington County playoffs every year. He put up more points against Broadax than anybody else ever. And that says a lot against Broadax defense that at that time period was the number one defense in the Washington County Flag Football League. You take a look at how we've evolved everything as a whole. I really got to say, though, we had a lot of talent. We had a lot of great teams. We had a great league. We really did.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's time that we bring it back. Let's do it right. See you all in the spring.